Guys, we're going to talk about rotation, and this is no doubt the most common problem that I tend to find on a day-to-day basis working with either online students or face-to-face students is rotation in the backswing. Now, nowadays, those of you that watch lots of golf information, tips, etc., you'll be very common with certain discussions, right? Vertical ground force, how to use the ground, horizontal force, right? And those of you that also watch other videos about anatomy, you'll be familiar with terms like side bend, and you'll be familiar with terms like thoracic extension. The key move within all of this is understanding the relationship between the pelvis and the head. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to make sure that in this backswing position, we keep our head still and we let the pelvis move towards that right-hand side. Okay, the reason why this is so fundamentally key is because if I let my pelvis move to the right, keep my head still as I would trigger a turn, this induces that left side bend, but it also enables this thoracic extension, and that enables us to lift the club up in the air. So the most common problem that I encounter is golfers who move too much this way. So they try and get the weight in towards that right heel. They end up moving this way, they lose hip depth, they get stuck behind the back of the golf ball. What we want is a feeling of lifting. Okay, that's a big feeling that we want to have. And that's how we use the ground. We want to feel like we're lifting that club up. Now, what we also need to be mindful of is, like I said, I need to let this move towards my right hand side because it helps me introduce these tilts. Tilts are key, right? You can see the way my shoulders are tilted here, like so, and that tilt basically means I can elevate my arms and I can turn through the ball. If I get too flat, then inevitably I'm going to struggle as well. So what is the thing that I want you to practice? Well, I want you to practice building up this level of interaction between your rotation and the ground, okay? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to practice keeping your head still. And I want you to get this feeling that, yes, I'm turning my pelvis, but can you see the way I'm turning it to my leg? Like so. So I'm not doing this, right? Like so. I'm turning my pelvis to my leg. Okay, and as I do this, you can see the way that it induces those tilts that I mentioned. And the big feeling that you want to have in the top of your backswing is you want to feel like your weight is more evenly distributed on the outer part of your foot. So golfers who really struggle with rotation are consciously trying to move in towards the heel. You don't want to do that, particularly in the early backswing. Because if we look at the pros in that early backswing position, we'll notice the way the pelvis shifts to the right, the head stays still, this induces those tilts, and you should feel the weight move on the outer part of the foot. And then from there, as you turn, then this is when your weight will start to progress as you continue that rotation. So I would suggest doing a couple of things, right? Excuse the sort of footwork here, but the two things that you want to do, the first one is if you practice at home on like a wooden floor or just a floor that's not carpeted so that there's no friction between your sock basically and the floor, what you want to do is you want to work on doing some rotational moves. And what you should notice is that, similar to this, if you turn correctly, you'll feel your foot will want to spin out. Okay, so if you're not turning correctly, you'll notice that your foot might lift, but it's not moving. You want to make sure that foot is really kicking out like so as I turn, right? So see the way I'm turning this into my leg, which forces my foot outwards. And then once you reintroduce your shoe, okay, then what you'll start to notice is the way that the shoe gives you this sort of friction. So it stops that kicking out motion. And as you turn into that leg, it will help you counteract that and open the hips coming into the downswing. So this backswing position is fundamentally key. And the point that I'm trying to make is that keeping that head still and moving that lower body more towards that right-hand side to the point where you're more aware of your weight feeling on the outer part of your right foot is going to make that golf swing miles easier for you. Work on it. Let me know. I'll see you guys again really soon. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, but let me tell you something. There's a much, much easier way for you guys to be seriously improving your game, and online lessons have never been any easier or any more affordable. If you head over to the website, you'll see examples of different programs that I offer, but I promise you, you'll be absolutely amazed at a couple of things. One, how easy it is nowadays to participate in online lessons. I work with students that send me videos from the course, that send me videos from the range, that send me videos from home. You'll be astounded how you're probably not doing the things that you should be doing and how helpful it will be for me, very much personally, myself, to keep a watchful eye on your progress. I've also got a video library and some structured content over there as well to help guide you on your way. But keep watching the tips, subscribe for more of those. But like I say, there is an easier way to ensure you're on the right path. I'll see you soon.